fellow workers. They look out for you.
Does a garden bloom overnight? Was Rome built in a day? We all know the answers to these questions. So why do people expect the rebuilding of the atmosphere to happen so quickly? After all, it took almost 2 centuries to make it this way. I know. We're all impatient. But with every passing day, with every launch, Project Resolve evolves. Our process and research is ongoing. From manufacturing efficiency, payload distribution, chemical composition, even down to the recycling of materials. The Creo, our scientists, labor day and night to improve and build upon the foundation, Jonah Gutenberg's original vision. No one has ever attempted what we're trying to do. New discoveries and methods allow us to push the very boundaries of science and technology. Every day your work benefits the future of mankind, bringing us one step closer to our goal. It is a huge task, but together we can do it. Whatever it takes. We will build a new Eden.
I must say I'm surprised management was able to send someone over for the inspection, given the, circumstances. Well, anyway, I'm Dr. Gene Barrett, project lead on Utopia, head of R&D. Apologies, of course you know all that. So, let's get straight down to business then. We'd hate to waste your time now, wouldn't we? Please, take a look around. You'll find everything's in order. I'll just prepare everything for our little chat.
can't with good conscience continue. We need more time. But they say we always say that. Mainly because it's true. Utopia is a better solution in the long run. It doesn't have the side effects of resolve. Well, not exactly true. It has one large cataclysmic side effect. But instead of taking years, it's immediate. There's no stopping them though. Those people, those poor people. We're meant to help them, right? That's our job. Otherwise, what's the point?
Access denied.
New discoveries and methods allow us to push the very boundaries of science and technology.
We're definitely getting there, but the shock to the brain, whether psychological or by surgical trauma, is still unpredictable. At worst, they're psychotic. At best, the mental capacity of a tumor. And if it works, the body that is truly fragile. The good news is that the organic machine is
Please follow the emergency protocols and proceed to the nearest secure area.
It is a huge task, but together, we can do it. Whatever it takes. We will build a new Eden. A utopia for all.
Good to see you.
Does a garden bloom overnight? Was Rome built in a day? We all know the answers to these questions. So why do people expect the rebuilding of the atmosphere to happen so quickly? After all, it took almost 2 centuries to make it this way. I know. Labor day and night.
Have been damaged. Potential security breach detected. Initiating loss analysis. Access denied.
We're all impatient. Our process and research is ongoing. From manufacturing efficiency, payload distribution, chemical composition, even down to recycling of materials. Creo.
You're early. Well, good, good. Very efficient. Everything to your satisfaction. All smooth sailing here. On track, on time. Now, I'll just be with you shortly. I just need to take care of, well, you know.
The issue with the nanites is persistent. I don't see why I'm the only one that's bothered by this. Theoretically, they will hold for the mission parameters. Program determination only starts after 24 hours, by which time they should have completed their assignment. But this is a problem because somewhere in there is a variable we haven't accounted for. Now, I want to be on record that I protest in the strongest terms about the use of the current nanite profile for live use.
like to welcome back Jonah Gutenberg, founder and CEO of Creo. Jonah, thank you for coming. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you, Don.
Now, usually it's me bugging your office to try and get a moment from your busy schedule. But today, you actually requested time with me.
That's right, and I appreciate you talking to me at such short notice.
No, thank you. You've obviously got something on your mind.
Yeah, and now I'm going to speak frankly here. Over the last few months, Creo has been viciously attacked. They've been propagating myths and inciting the public against Creo and Project Resolve.
Honestly, it's hard to
Don, sensationalism sells. These allegations of skyfracking, that Project Resolve is responsible for the increase in disease and disabilities over the last few decades? Garbage. Complete and utter garbage. Sorry. It's hard to keep my calm. What have these people done to humanity? Have they sweated and bled like we have at Creo? No. The personal attacks, I don't care. They can honestly say what they like about me, but against those that work here at Creo and the people behind Project Resolve, that's where I draw the line. The world was dying.
We will build a new Eden. A utopia for all.
texture appears to be changing. There are small black dots underneath, swollen and hard. Necrosis. I could try to stop the process, remove the corrupted areas. But I
Access
believe it's already
denied.
too late, and they're within my internal organs, mutating me at a cellular level.
Now I see the real reason you're here. A purge. Is that their game?
Lab 02 locked.
Stay where you are. He might still...
Access to Lab 02 granted.
Having a good snoop around, are we?
I've just received a communication from Mary Shaw. Name doesn't ring a bell? Well, it fucking should. It's Michael Shaw's sister. Candidates for the program were meant to have no family or friends. This is on your head. I expect this situation dealt with quickly and quietly.
Locking Lab 1-2.
Don't let him fool you. He could be anywhere. It's always science that gets the bad rap, isn't it? I took the initiative. I came up with a solution. Didn't see anyone else raise their hand after resolve.
Lab 02 locked.
He's still around. Still around.
Lab 01 unlocked and open.
If you don't stop sneaking around, my friends here might think you're up to something.
Unlocking Lab 1-2.
Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky.
Lab 1-2 locked.
My, you're a slippery one, aren't you? My friends here are itching to say hello.
Unlocking Lab 1-2.
I'm so sorry, but you've left me with no other option but to remove you from this mortal coil. I won't take that, you know. Years of toiling for the good of mankind. All that. Somebody has to do the dirty work. They were too afraid to get their manicured little hands dirty.
Access to Lab 02 granted.
Take them out, boys, and try to be gentle. We don't want another big mess to clean up.
You've trusted me this far. We all want the same thing. We've looked at other ways, and there's always going to be risks. Utopia works, guaranteed. I know the board is balking at the figures, but think of it as cleaning house. Problem solved within 1 generation. It'll just be a much smaller one than previously estimated, but that's a good thing. We've been worrying about what to do with overpopulation for almost 100 years.
Locking Lab 01.
He's still around. Still around.
Access to Lab 01 granted.
Honestly, we don't want to hurt you, but if we have to...
Lab 01 locked.
Watch out. We're not rid of him yet.
Unlocking Lab 01.
Please, that's a restricted area. Hush hush and all that. fingers at others, isn't it? So tell me, who is the real monster? The wolf devouring the sheep, or the hunter murdering its cubs in their lair?
Attention, please.
An inquisitive mind. That's the spirit. And besides, things without all remedy should be without regard, right? What's done is done.
What the hell is this freak show?
This freak show, as you call it, is my legacy and the future of human life on Earth. You failed to see, or maybe you chose not to. But I'm trying to save mankind here. Not just the species. No, I'm trying to save all of us. We're flawed, incomplete. We're not yet prepared to re-enter paradise, you see. We wouldn't survive. My Homo Machinalis could change that. They are the living proof that we could be more than human. We, all of us, could fill the world of tomorrow. Ascended beings in a new utopia.
So, these tin men are supposed to be our future?
Not pretty, is it? But the truth rarely is. Just think of it as an upgrade to survive the world of utopia. Our meat machines are inadequate. We won't make it unless you hightail it back to your master's tower. We have the will to survive as individuals, but as a species, we need a push. There's no winning without sacrifice. I just wanted a level playing field to create a utopia for all.
So what about utopia?
Let me put the record straight. Unlike Resolve, which will exterminate us slowly and painfully over generations, my nanites do a quick and clean job. I've minimized the suffering, a fresh start, a clean slate for those that remain. If that concerns you now, then you shouldn't have tried and stopped my little pet project. Anyway, I'm sure you'll be safe. Go on. Go smoke a nice fat stogie and watch the apocalypse from your glass tower with the rest of them.
I think you've got me confused with somebody else. I'm not working for the board.
Maybe you are. Maybe you're not. What difference does it make now? This place is going straight to hell, and we're going with it. Or we're already there and didn't even notice.
So you know what's going on here?
I'm honored by your assumption, but even I have my limits. I do know a mob stormed my labs and my colleagues are either dead, dumb, or simply gone. So much for security. And what's the board doing, Still twiddling their thumbs over the launch of Utopia? I submitted my final analysis weeks ago and I'm still waiting. We need people who can make decisions around here.
You're sick.
Oh, you moral crusaders. Always the first to swing the sword from the little corner of self-righteousness. Chavez was exactly the same. Always beyond reproach. Even when the first reports on Resolve came in. I don't claim to know the one truth, because there isn't one. Everybody takes sides, and always their own. Good, evil, all nonsense and totally subjective. Just children's stories. As we grow older, mortality beckons, and so we reach for the divine. Same fairy stories, different binding. The individual must be prepared to sacrifice himself for the many. The species is what's important.
What about Chavez?
Yes, what about her? Not seen since she threw a tantrum and got kicked out of my labs. But still, wonderful woman. And an extraordinary scientist. An incredible intellect. Kind-hearted and so ambitious, you have to admire a fighter. But Resolve didn't work. We needed to act and act fast. And I had the solution. It's just a shame her ego got in the way of her career.
I think we're done here.
In that case, if you don't mind, Inspector, I need to get back to work. Terribly important things to do. Terribly important.
Mark Dean, perfect candidate for the program. We pulled him off the streets and put him to work in recycling a couple of weeks back. He's a complete zero. We even DNA typed him to outside databases. No living relatives. He's so happy to have a place to sleep and 3 square meals a day, he'll happily sign the consent forms.
Warning. Security breach detected. Unauthorized implementation of contingency protocol confirmed. Have entered this sector. For your own safety, please comply with all official requests while the area is being secured. Under attack. Requesting backup. Echelon 9 team members, please fall back immediately to the executive floors. This is not a scheduled break time.